Go live, but I made a new timer, and I want your opinion on this. If anybody that watched it last week, because I know the one last week was kind of bright, but here's this week.
Okay.
Something's weird, Bill.
Bill, you're muted.
Oh yeah, I said my mic came hot for some reason because I was over here looking, and I looked back over and I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
So did Nemo's.
No, he did his on purpose because like when it's muted like that, you can actually physically do it yourself and unmute and talk when there's a video playing.
Yep.
So he was just like, "Something's not right, man." So I mean, let me scroll back up here real fast. Let's say, come on. Okay, I'm gonna go back as far as I can go. JC Flying, Jake Strunlife, good to see you. Joe Blaylock, Susan Lee, Drone Shots, Chris Wedgeworth. Y'all help me out if I'm missing somebody. Steven Drones. Good to see you all here, folks. Kira Show, that Nemo guy. Joe, Johnny Drone Fire. Sorry, I was kicking Joe again. I was trying to get Johnny. Keep rolling along. Charles Galuski, glad to have you here, sir. Flying Flynn Media, glad to have you here, sir. Let's see. Hang on. Old age. Lauren Donauer, glad to have you in the house, sir. And Matty's Drone World, we about caught up. Chris Hope, glad to have you here. AZ Drone Dude, glad to have you here, sir. Rolling. Lance Cadena, glad to have you here, sir. Travel Tech 360, glad to have you here. US Drone Fire, Captain Joe America, glad to have you here, sir. Lens Capture 101, or Lens Capture Online, glad to have you here, sir. Rolling. 107 Drones, glad to have you here. Okay. All right. Wait a minute, let me go. Hide comment. All right, so here we are. So we know, as we know, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the AVATA will go on sale, and everybody's presumably going to be able to walk into their Best Buy or whatever and buy them instantly. So first question we'll ask everybody. We'll ask everybody here on the panel, and then, hey, what's up, Alex? Glad to have you here, sir, all the way from Greece. Everybody say hi to Alex.
Hey. Hi, Alex.
So who in the chat and who here on the panel is going to drop the money to buy AVATA tomorrow morning? And a big clue is I already know what everybody here on the panel is going to say. But everybody in the chat, everybody in the chat, tell us: are you going to buy tomorrow morning? Are you going to buy after a couple of firmware updates, or are you just not going to buy at all? So first, I will ask Matty: are you going to buy tomorrow, or are you going to wait a little while?
I am going to wait, but I just thought about this when you were talking. I don't have a reason to buy the whole combo. So the controller will be for sale. Obviously, we know that. And I'll just buy the AVATA by itself. Because if I buy the combo and you get the new goggles, and the new goggles happen to be not compatible with my air units now, I'm screwed.
Y'all hearing this? So
yeah,
tease.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's been saying that for a while. I'm going to assume it'll be for sale first thing in the morning. But you might not be able the shipping. You won't get it. For
you think that was just overseas stores that actually have it in stock now? I heard that it's basically going to be the same snafu as what we had with the Mini 3. It was going to be your best bet was going to be to order directly from DJI.
It's the Chinese government spanking the U.S.
How do you mean spanking? Withholding AVATA from us?
Yeah. Yes.
What's up, Dom?
The V2 goggles work with it. You know, Nemo, you fly and you have a lot of quads. I mean, I've got.
Go ahead.
I've got units, air units, Vista units in all my quads. If the new goggles aren't compatible, then what's the point in buying them, right?
Oh,
So
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Tom is
better off
saying
just
he's
buying
buying.
the quad itself, and the controller.
So can you
But-
tune if you get the new goggles? Can you tune into the channel and watch on different set of goggles too?
I don't know if it'll have audience mode or not. I'm gonna assume it will.
yeah,
I'm gonna
I would say
assume.
it would.
Yeah. Yep. I just I don't know, or I'll just wait till the goggles are compatible with the Vista units we have now, because the new ones are supposed to be expensive, bro. And
Yeah.
I think I know
Yeah,
why.
what was it? $300?
Yeah, because the rumor is that the modules, the Vista units themselves, are going to have remote ID in them. That's the rumor.
But
So we'll
okay, I
see.
thought they were going to be able to do that with software.
Well, on an FPV drone, it's kind of hard to do it to a flight controller, I would think. Like, unlike our GPS squads. So I'm assuming, from what I heard, a rumor was that they were going to build the remote ID software into the actual air unit.
Okay.
Hence the reason it's so expensive. Although it's got a really good camera on it too. But Walksnail just came out with units that are $160. Why would DJI
listen,
double the price?
listen. He's going to do it. That's where he's going to go. Okay, so should we? We'll go point counterpoint, right? Let me do this. Let me fix this. So we'll put the old guy. We'll put the really old guys on the bottom, and then we'll put the younger bucks on top, so that they can decide what they're going to do. Okay, so first off, we'll go to Gary second. We'll go to Matty first. So give us the reasons that you would buy the DJI AVATA as opposed to building your own Cinewhoop from the ground up.
Number one reason, the camera. The camera, the features on that camera, I don't think can be bought online right now. The size of the sensor, the quality of the camera, the 4K 60, the Rocksteady, the Gyroflow, the EIS. I just don't think there's a camera out there that's going to match it. So far,
his eyes got kind of big. Did you notice that when you said the camera? And he's like, "Ooh, the one niche."
Yeah, because I mean, like, if I wanted to build my own Cinewhoop right now, which can be done, no problem, you can almost guarantee that I'm going to have to end up adding an action camera to it. Which, that's the way it works. Most Cinewhoops, you're running an action camera on them, which is where all your main footage is coming from. With this quad, you're not going to need it. Well,
that's the thing. How does a GoPro compare to the quality that camera is going to put out?
That's a good question. That we're going to have to wait and see. But
that's a good question too. Will the air units come out tomorrow also?
I don't think they will. I don't think you're going to see the air units right away. From what Joshua Bardwell did on his news with Blunny, they said that you're probably not going to see them right away.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah. Their focus is this AVATA combo. They want it out. So,
but that's going to have
guys that are itching to fly FPV, and we can put that thing on and operate just like we normally have. I think that's what they're aiming for. Right?
Yep. Most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, don't start blanking on me now.
I mean, obviously, they're not aiming this at the hardcore FPV. They're just not doing it. It's not designed for them. They would have done something different.
I think it's more for a DJI, not a DJI FPV guy, but like a Mavic pilot or someone that really enjoyed the FPV drone. I mean, I want to say, like, straight out of the gate, I don't dislike DJI. I just got a Mini 3 Pro, and I love it. I haven't had like any like GPS camera bird like that in a long time, but I don't hate DJI. I don't at all. I think their engineering is second to none. And the stuff they put out, I've recommended them. Even when I didn't have a DJI quad, I recommended that to everybody that was like, hey, what's a good, drone to fly up and take video? And I was like, DJI,
reliable.
Just go with them. Yeah. Reliable.
You got
they really are.
Well, wait a minute. So here's the thing. Okay, so let's get into the meat of it. He's basically saying that the camera is what's going to make it worth the money, and the value. So I'm going to switch over to you now, Gary. Here's the thing. We know you can build the platform itself. We know you can build the ducted fans. We know you can put the motors and stuff together. But here's the thing. Can you put on, what is it, the APOS? Can you put on the GPS? Can you put on a camera that's going to rival that camera that's on? So basically, we're going to have, you know, something similar to this on there.
Pretty close. Yeah, it's
Okay.
No, I
I'm
saw
getting
2.8.
I'm getting ready to fry y'all's brain
Okay.
because when these new air units come out, what's going to stop you from getting one of those and putting it in a center whoop that you build? You know,
Nothing.
And then you'll have. That's what I'm saying. That you'll have. To me, I mean, that looking at the pictures that I've seen, it just looks like a brick. It looks extremely heavy. Looks like it's mostly battery, to be honest.
it
I
pretty
mean,
much is.
I like
Yeah.
this one.
411 grams. It's not too bad for that size, I guess.
What is it? Are those 3-inch props?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure like a squirt is not original squirt, a slam squirt. Those are extremely light. I don't know right off the top of my head, but I can find out.
Could you build it though and match the price? Like, so
I could
the
beat.
AVATA,
I could beat
the
yeah.
AVATA itself is $630. Okay.
Mhm.
Now let's just for playing around, let's take the battery off of that. The battery itself is $129.
Mhm.
So now you're sitting at $500. So understandable, the air units being put in a home built Cinewoop, great idea.
Mhm.
But the air unit alone is going to cost you $300. So the only thing that I don't like about the AVATA and about DJI is they're proprietary. I cannot use my FPV controller with one of their FPV quads, and that throws it off for a lot of people because everybody pretty much already owns their own radios. So
That's what Bob and I were saying. If we didn't have to buy all this shit just to fly it, you know, we might consider getting it.
If they say tomorrow it'll work with the DJI RC controller that they just came out with for the Mini, I might consider it right away.
Yeah.
I'm telling now, it's DJI. Don't be surprised if they made that thing work with the RC Pro or something. Just saying. You
See,
never know.
and I think they would do better if they did that because, like Bob just said, you know, I mean, he loves the GPS stuff. He's more of the GPS like camera type, you know, pilot. So that would be perfect. It would
Flying
like
without
give
the
him
goggles.
Yes, that would be perfect. I mean, for somebody like him, and I think I don't think they're after FPV pilots like myself. I think they're more after like someone like Bob Bill and maybe I don't know, Matty.
I love the way he worded
know,
this
but
one though. I miss seeing Stone Cold do a stunner, man.
I've been in the market for a Cinewoop, and I think with the safety features and the return to home, the GPS, being remote ID compliant, the camera, not having to have an action camera, that's the reason I'm sold on it. Other than that, I would end up, yes, building or buying a bind and fly. I don't like building, so I'm not.
Now we see the truth. The truth comes out.
I don't like building.
I got a bind and fly airplane here. You know, yeah.
I could build. I've built my 7-inch. I built from the ground up. I'm repairing my Nazgul Evoke. I'm rebuilding my CL1 Rotor Riot 5-inch frame. But that's because the parts, one of them's broke, and I changed frames on another. But if it was up to me, I would have just bought it.
Did you see this?
The sticks.
Yeah, no, you could. You know, trust me, flying an acro line of sight is a pain in the ass, anyways.
Yeah,
or at least for me, it is.
No, it is.
I mean, you're changing that from up and down to accelerate, decelerate. Yeah.
Everything meshes you up. If you're flying line of sight in acro, or you're flying line of sight and you're flying acro, just your orientation will screw you up. Yeah. Just the orientation.
You can lose that orientation like that.
Just so quick.
Yep.
But flying in normal or sport mode with something like the RC Pro would be pretty sweet.
See, I think they would, if they were to do that, I think that would be like, that would make it a home run for them. I see that more for like, you know, the guys that don't really they like FPV, but they want to have something like a Mavic that can, you know, do the things that a Mavic can do. But
Yeah.
if I see one person with a GoPro on one of these things, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Now there's another thing that we haven't figured out yet, and whether or not the goggles have an HDMI out on them. But I don't think they will. But if they do, now you're open to more controllers. I don't know.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
A lot's gonna be. We're gonna learn a lot tomorrow, because they're releasing the goggles with the AVATA, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a pack. Yeah, they're going to release it. Now, buying the goggles standalone, I don't think you're going to be able to get them right away, just like with the air unit. It's going to be a while, at least a few weeks, if not a couple months, before you can buy the goggles alone or the air units. But the packages, there's another thing that people are freaking over, which I don't know if it's accurate or not, but I can't see them selling this combo without a controller. We've only seen the motion controller.
Just the hand one.
We've only seen the hand one.
So what did they do? They have those left over from the FPV quad that nobody wanted.
Nobody bought them. Yeah.
And now, what is that? The same? Is that the same one?
Yeah, it's the same one. I mean, I hear it's fun, but it's not a daily thing, bro. I mean, it's it's just I don't know.
Yeah, you would definitely want to have. You want to have, you know, a good radio. Definitely a different radio than that. I don't see how you could. I don't know. I just don't see it being something that's viable.
No, I mean, we've only seen a couple leaked packages, right? Could there be more?
Are y'all reading any of these?
Huh? Yeah. That's weird because I've never had that on my DJI goggles.
Huh.
I mean, I don't fly very far. I'm more proximity. But even if I do fly far, usually the especially with the iFlight crystal patch antennas on the goggles, I never get that. Works pretty well, but like I said, I'm not a far flyer. I don't do long range shit.
I don't either. I mean, I'm trying to, you know, go over trees and stuff, and I don't want to I don't want to lose something that I built and got money invested in. More importantly, I don't want to lose a GoPro.
Yeah.
So related to this, I have the Fat Shark, the Walk Snail Fat Shark thing, and they just released a firmware update, and man, it looks absolutely amazing. Like
I saw a Bot Grinder's video on that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. Like when I first got it, it was doing like the smearing. It wasn't unflyable because I'm coming from analog.
Yeah, where you're looking at, you know, 1980
nice.
TV.
It's clean, very clean.
It was nice,
and so it's nice to see competitors against DJI coming out with this digital stuff. It really is.
Yeah.
Is that the first FPV digital that's worthwhile
right now?
Yeah,
I mean, HD0 is coming up. You know,
I've got some HD0 quads, and dude, I'm telling you, that this Walk Snail Fat Shark thing, it blows it out of the water.
Yeah,
like it's not even close.
So now it's pretty much DJI. I mean, HD0, the owner Carl, he's really deep into the community.
Yeah.
So like he listens. You know, if somebody wants something or somebody sees a change that needs to be done, he'll jump on it. That's what people need. That's what the community needs, is people that listen, companies that listen.
Yeah.
Now, you know, some people will say DJI doesn't listen. Well,
I've been talking for 20 minutes. Just realized I was fucking muted, man.
I didn't.
I noticed there was no background noise.
Did you hear him? Did you see him? He goes.
No, I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention to. I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm looking at the chat.
I was gonna say this is great, but we can come back to this right now. Gary, tell us the drone you were going to build. Give us the parts, put it together. Give us the camera. Give us the receiver. Give us the visual hardware. Tell us what you're going to build. Give us a price tag and how it compares to to what we know about AVATA?
Well, I could tell you the frame I would go with a Slam Squirt. I have one that I built, and
All right. So
actually I have another frame. I've got all the TPU stuff printed out. So to me, that would be like the frame to go with, because it's
All
built. That's another thing about the AVATA. Nobody really knows like the material it's made out of, and plastic.
But it is modular. That's
Well,
the first thing they did that made sense.
Yeah,
they made
yeah,
it
I was getting ready
modular.
to say, but
Oh.
why? They're already advertising spare parts, so they know something's going to happen, which I guess is a
But-
good thing.
Now, I had a conversation with somebody about that before. They said, yeah, they're already leaking spare parts, which means they already know it's going to break. But
Right.
isn't every FPV company like that? They all show spare parts,
Oh, so probably where they
frames,
make the majority of the money. You
spare
know, they
motors,
still
spare everything, right? So
they
they're
keep
following
selling
the
it
lead.
to you.
They're following the lead of now whether they listen to us about the modularity with the first DJI drone, I don't know. But they're following that lead of they're getting to the point now where you'll be able to fix it. Unfortunately, you got to buy their stuff, but that's with a lot of things, like you can't take an iFlight frame and put a freaking Gepard C arm on it, So it's just the way it is.
But that's what I would get. I would get really any flight controller. When that's another thing that I think is going to not make it appeal to FPV people, which is going to be like it's not going to have something that's beta flight, something you can go and change this and change that. Like I don't know what it's going to have. So according to what I've seen, I don't have the DJI FPV drone, but can you change the PIDs and all that in that?
You could change the rates. I don't know. I've never dove that deep into one. I've only seen other people.
I've already predicted that there's going to be a lot of burned up motors early from people that don't know how to fly. I'm telling you, I can hear it now.
They do. I mean, they do prepare.
Whining, huh?
They prepare for that. They prepare for those kind of things. It's just like with their battery tech. Even when it says you're 0% battery, there's battery left. They're just conservative on what it is they're putting out. And I think there's going to be a limiter to these motors. There's going to be a throttle limit on these motors. It's going to be to the point, they don't want. I mean, of course, they want people sending them in to get fixed, but
so we've got the frame. We've got the flight controller. Could be any flight controller. But remember, we're gonna compare because we've heard APOS and we've heard remote ID. So you're gonna have that in there somehow.
Oh, no. We're not having remote ID in this drone.
Oh, but the whole point is we're trying to say we're building it deeper.
Hey, do you want to know why? It's under 250 grams.
Exactly. So are all my other quads.
Exactly.
My 5-inch is under 250 grams. I shaved the carbon fiber off.
See, Matty gets it. Matty gets it.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm with you on that one.
Well, but Matty was saying himself that what bugged him about DJI was how it was proprietary. All their shit was proprietary. That you couldn't.
That ties in.
Especially in FPV.
Yeah.
Especially in FPV because a lot of people bought the DJI FPV drone, right? They want to move on to a carbon fiber digital quad. Not only do they have to buy a quad, whether it's a bind and fly or you build it, but now you have to buy another controller because the controller from the DJI FPV drone doesn't work with the Vista units, which is the dumbest freaking thing I've ever seen. I don't understand why they didn't make that work with other digital stuff. Receivers and such. They made it proprietary strictly to the DJI FPV drone. They could have done it like they did with the black controller, where the receiver's built into the Vista unit, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they do that with the small gray one? I don't know. Who knows? Although I flew with that DJI FPV drone. I flew it in manual mode NEMO, by the way, at the Midwest Drone Meetup. I did not like it.
Really?
I did not like it. It's floaty. It's underpowered like a mother.
It's 6S, right?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I was begging. I was telling Max Air 420. I said, dude, I got to fly that DJI FPV drone in manual mode for the first time. I have to. I want to see what all the fuss is about. I got to try it. And I tried it. And after about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, I landed it and handed Max the remote and said, here, you can kill the rest of the battery. Just not used to it.
Yeah.
You know, I come out of a power loop and I'm on my way down and I got a damn near full throttle not to hit the ground. There they are.
Speaking of,
These things are going to be badass.
that's what Bob was talking about. How he
OLE.
thought that was really
Yeah.
cool.
Can you
I
go
thought that
back
was-
and can you freeze it when they show the bottom of the goggles?
Where?
Like, right, I don't know. They're going to show. All right, so I see a USB-C port. Do I see a mini HDMI on the left side? I think I did.
On
I
the
think I
underneath
did.
it,
Underneath. Right. Nope, not right there
what's
on the other
that
side.
looks like? Yeah.
On the other side. Damn it, he keeps moving. Get your. All right, let it play again because right there. See it? Right next to where the audio
Yeah,
jack
there's
is.
something over there. It could be.
That would be nice if that was a mini HDMI out.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Right?
but it looked to me like
It
the
looks like it.
knob
Doesn't it look
was
like one?
diopter adjustments on each eye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
awesome.
are. They're focused. They're focus adjustments. And plus, the screens are going to be OLED.
Wait. Oh shit.
There it is right there. Yeah, see,
But you
I
can't
think
really tell.
I think that's a mini HDMI out because if you look at the other side, the Type C, it's a lot smaller.
That is
Could
that
that
is
possibly
smaller
be-
than the other side.
And those
Yep.
could be headphone goggles, right? Or headphone plugs.
That's an audio
Like a
jack,
ni-
most likely.
Yeah, 9mm or something.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
You'd
That
be
would be
surprised how
really
many
cool.
pilots want to hear their throttle, hear the motors
Yep.
screaming. Yeah, it helps
Mhm.
them with throttle management.
So you're getting fans on your eyes? Is this what this is? The vent ports?
Yep. Those are vents for the eyes for defogging and whatnot.
All right, so we're gonna go back here.
And what's
That's
the
the-
price on those goggles versus the V2 goggles?
They're a little bit. They're about $50 more than when the V2s first. The V2s were 600. These are 650. But you're getting better screens, smaller form factor, foldable antennas instead of having to take the damn antennas off.
You see
And
this?
the V2s are on sale right now, right? Or the price?
see this?
$449, bro. Yep.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah,
this?
you might be right. You might be right, Jake. It was just a guess, in my opinion. I wasn't sure. It looks like it could be. You never know.
All right, so we'll ask again. We've got 53 people here. How many people are buying tomorrow morning? We're ordering tomorrow morning. Excuse me, I keep belching energy drink. Bad boy.
That's what I'm drinking right now, Red Bull. Hey,
All I had was a sugar-free gold left, so I poured it in a cup.
I wish I could buy it first
So
thing in
the
the morning.
audience, the best non-alcohol beer you can buy,
You know,
Japanese.
And I made a joke that it wasn't, since it was non-alcoholic, it wasn't beer, it was ear.
it was ear.
So
Yeah,
since it was non-alcoholic. But
Nemo gets it. Like I want to buy it, but I've got priorities to handle, and not spending money on a drone right now. Plus, when you have all of those, I'm not really worried about.
Oh, here we go. Drone only. We got a no.
Yeah, a lot of the
no.
DJI FPV guys are going to buy just the drone because they have the goggles
Here's-
and the controller already.
Hey, I'll put this out there right now. I have a Skydio 2 with extra battery and the dual charger, and it's for sale.
Are you
So,
selling it?
Yeah, I'm getting rid of it. It's
One trick
already. You think about it. It's already. I mean, it was like another one of those fan buy things. It does what it says it's going to do.
Does
You know,
it well
I could-
too?
You know, but the thing that holds it back for me is that camera. I'm like, you've got like a Mavic Pro camera on a bird that's like a bazillion times smarter than that. You know, it's wanting to crash itself into a wall just to get a better camera. So it's like, I can't, it won't let me.
I flew it for the first time in Chicago. 107 Drones Barkley owns the Skydio 2 Plus. It was cool. Not for me. It's a one trick, in my opinion. It flies itself, and that's what it's meant to do, and it does it well. But I don't mountain bike or snowboard or shit like that. So
I love the fact that it's got the waypoints on it, and you could do some serious cinematography stuff with it. But again, the camera is the holdback. I mean, the camera on this son of a bitch is better than what's on the Skydio 2.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm like, we've got such an old sensor in there to begin with. And I'm like, I mean, the AI is second to none. Nothing comes close. I'm not going to deny that. I love that part of it. But they need a better camera on it.
Never know. Maybe they'll come out with another one.
Well, here's my thing. Okay, we're going to go back. I'm going to go back to NEMO, but I'm going to go Squirrel for a minute. How many people either watched it in the theaters or bought it and watched it? Top Gun Maverick.
I have not seen it yet.
Oh.
I haven't either.
I have not seen it yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh God, I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I normally am not like this because I'm like, I like Tom Cruise, but I'm not an avid fan. But it lives up to all the hype. The story is phenomenal. The photography will blow your ass away, and that's the reason I'm bringing this up. How they got the photography is what's going to shock the shit out of you.
Oh boy,
so
FPV, hey.
I'm not
getting more and more. I'm telling you, those, and that's what this AVATA is going to be useful for is fly-throughs and real estate and 107 stuff. And
what? Look at this.
Yeah.
There you go.
He just bought. No, he got the Autel Light Plus combo.
Oh! I must have missed that earlier. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I just saw that. He was unboxing it as we speak, which is pretty cool.
Well, a friend of mine just recently got.
Life you got to keep there, Steve.
Well, I was here. Here's another moment too. So here's it's so funny too because my wife was walking in the hallway yesterday. I was telling Bob about this before anybody got in the room. My wife was walking in the hallway, and she just was walking in the hallway, and she looked at me, and I said, "I love you, honey," or I said, "I love you, baby," and she just kind of stopped and looked at me for a minute. She goes,
"What do you want?"
"I love you." And then she sat down next to me, and she kind of looked over at me, and she goes, "Why'd you do that?" And I said, "Why? Can I tell you I love you?" And she's like, "Oh, no, you can tell me." A couple of minutes went by, and she didn't say anything. Then she looked over at me and said, "Do you want to buy a drone?"
That's what my wife always
There are
says.
new drones coming out.
What do you want?
And I was like, "No, actually, I don't want to buy a new drone."
She knows I'm going to get the AVATA. It's just a matter of time. By the way, the AVATA does do decent-alike. I'm not sure if it's 10-bit or not, but it does do decent-alike. So that's good.
Huh.
That's going to be cool.
Like I said, like we were talking about before we went live, I would love it if it had waypoints. If it could do something similar to what the Skydio does.
That would be cool. But that all depends on if it's going to be compatible with the RC Pro or not, because you need a screen for that.
I should have cut my camera off while I did that. I'm like chewing my thumbnails and spitting it out. That was real glorified guest host.
Going to sit out in the dark.
Okay, we've got what motors we're using, Nemo.
Actually, I need to pull that up because I have.
Do we need the first two rows to move back?
Do we what?
Nemo, are you actually building one though? Like literally?
I'm building. I got parts coming for a racer that I want to build. Something just to fly around the back, like just see how fast I can go. I don't plan on actually racing, but I got a 533 frame. I got some T-Motor F60s. I've got a Foxeer Reaper ESC F7. I'm actually going to put HD0 in it.
Hey, I didn't think about that. I wonder if I could ask for a Light Plus for my birthday.
There you go.
Since you bring it up, baby. Maybe I do want a new drone.
I was telling you guys in the back room about how FPV you break and you build and repeat, and I was telling the guys in the back that that freaking Nazgul Evoke that I crashed, I went to go put it all back together with new parts, and the damn solder pad ripped off of my ESC board. So now I have to buy a brand new 4-in-1 ESC. It's just the way the hobby goes, bro. Nemo knows. It's crash, build, repeat. Crash, build, repeat. That's it. This just so happens to be my first crash, build, repeat. And it's freaking depressing. It hurts. Like I wanted to cry.
So that was a bonding fly.
Nazgul Evoke F5, the Dead Cat. Yeah, It was, I mean, whatever. I got the new motor. I got the new arm. Put them all on. Went to go solder. Noticed the solder pad was missing off the ESC. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Okay, do we have the motors now?
No,
No, we don't. You started listening to Matt and then didn't get it.
I do have them, but it doesn't say if they're in stock or not. And
you don't have to have them in stock. We just want to build your
what motors
hypothetical bird.
It's the iFlight Zing 2203.5. And if I were going to build one to compare to that, these are only 4S. I would go with the 6S.
So
the
what
I have, the one that I have now is only 4S. So that's the motors I would go. I can't remember.
What's in the AVATA? What's in the AVATA? A 4 or 6?
4.
A 4. Okay.
It is a 4S.
So we're trying to stick with the 4. Okay. Can you get 18 minutes of flight time out of a 4S battery in your platform, Gary?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. So now we got a camera and battery life.
I think you could, but you're going to have, it's going to be a big ass battery on a quad, and it probably won't fly that well.
Kind of like the AVATA. We're expecting it to fly.
It's not meant to, though. It's a Cinewhoop, It's not meant to. So that's that's what we're, it's the Cinewhoop's not meant to freestyle and whatnot.
Right.
Speaking of Zing, yeah. These motors are NEMO. Have you ever you own Zing motors?
I have them on the Cinewhoop. I got everything else. Everything else is T-Motor. I love T-Motor.
Yeah. I love
wait. Did you say you were going to buy, John? Did Mr. Flynn say he was buying? He did say he was buying?
Probably. This is going to appeal to a lot of camera drone folks for sure.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Every time it's crazy, and I'm going to say this before he takes off, but every time I see him, I start having Tron flashbacks, and I end up going back and watching the movies and the cartoons. So, little secret trivia there. What does Bill do every time he sees Flying Flynn Media? He goes and watches Tron movies.
Yeah.
Realistic. The AVATA will fly only 12 minutes. Okay. Can you get 12 minutes of flight out of?
That's Michael saying that.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to do 18. It'll probably do 12 to 15, maybe if you're flying. But when you're flying acro, there's more to it than just cruising forward. So it's definitely going to drain. You might be able to get 10 minutes out of it, out of a battery, NEMO. I think you can.
I'm wondering if I went with a lower KV motor, could I get more? You know what I'm saying? And just a lower the KV and have a bigger battery.
What KV motors are in it?
And the one I have now.
No, the ones that are in the AVATA, or do we know?
I don't know. I don't even know if that specs out.
These are 3600 KV that I have.
Which is about right for a 4S Cinewhoop. What size is the Cinewhoop? 3-inch?
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yep.
I've always wanted a Cinewhoop. I've never owned one.
That's what I would like to, but I just think it's way overpriced.
So you think that the AVATA?
It's
the AVATA.
Yeah, that's their thing, man. That's their thing. It's like somebody posted in the chat. They know what we want before we want it.
Absolutely.
They know that we enjoy the hobby.
Yeah.
And regardless, I mean, anything they make is going to appeal to somebody.
That's
the kind of company they are.
So everything.
Okay, here. I got one for you. I got one for all of you. Okay, we got 411 grams, right? Okay, yeah. How could we strip that frame down to get it below 250 and keep that camera on it? Could we not pull that frame off of it? Maybe
I don't think that
we could pull. And like Gary says, we could strip the remote ID module out of it.
Well,
I think the module that's on top is also the GPS. That little module you see on top and behind the camera. That's where the remote ID is going to be in, but it's also the GPS. So I don't know if you take that out. The only other thing I could think of is rig your own lipos for the plug that's on the batteries.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know, with the Mini 3 Pro, they're
That's a
doing
good
two
point
different
right
size
there.
batteries. Couldn't they do a smaller battery on this AVATA?
Well, I mean, this one is specific for the AVATA, but if
I got a feeling he's right, man. You're going to have DJI discount the hell out of the original FPV package.
Yeah, I was
probably,
just
I don't know
chatting
about
with Dre.
$500, but
Oh,
yeah.
could you imagine? No, yeah. Well, he's saying the drone itself, so probably the drone and controller. I don't know about getting the goggles too, but we'll look here in a minute.
Well, he doesn't
Go
have
ahead,
any
guys.
FPV gear yet, so he's gonna end up looking for the whole combo.
I would rather have the new one, which got like the diopters built in, where you can adjust everything. Because I wear these, so I would much rather have those.
So let's talk range. What's the rumored range of this?
Well, the rumored is 10 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
And
he's just went, 10 kilometers.
Obviously, you know what kills our range is battery power. You know, you got to have enough. But can you build a Cinewhoop that has automatic return to home failsafe the way it does when battery power runs low?
Cool. Good point.
Well,
I'd like to see that. I would like to see that.
I don't know. I don't know if...
Didn't they build some freestyle? They built racing shit, didn't they?
Well, you could put a GPS on your quad. You know, people do that long range.
Didn't DJI at one time build some like racing motors and controllers?
Yeah, at one point they built like parts. I remember they built parts a while back. I don't know if they still do that or not. I don't think they do, but they used to. They used to.
Good point. Is the battery itself over 250 grams?
Might be about the same.
I got it for stability, for like for crash resistance and whatnot. If you guys notice,
to get it below 250 grams, Curtis.
Yeah, to strip the battery down to put the plug on a regular LiPo that's a little bit smaller, maybe milliamps or something. Keep in mind, like I said, they conserve. They're conservative.
Well, see, what I'm trying to say is, if we get it below 250
for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, but see, their batteries, they're conservative with, so you can get more out of the battery, but they're not going to let you. They've got a voltage limiter built into these batteries. Yeah, I mean, if you put,
I'm wondering if they're actually LiPo, or like if they're LiPo, or what is the 18650?
They're lithium ion.
Oh, they're ions, really?
I don't think they are.
Oh,
I don't think so.
It's bullshit.
I don't think they are.
It would make sense if you get 18 minutes out of it if it's an ion battery.
That would, yeah, that's understandable.
I can see that then.
Because you can make packs with 18650 batteries.
Yep.
So that's actually, but you can't really. You know what? I'm gonna research into that.
Before that company that Zoe was working with, she already built an ion battery that would get 25 minutes flight time.
People do it all the time. I see people do it all the time. Yep. They
Zoe built one for sale.
They have XT60s coming off of them, and you can fly them on regular quads and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying. Okay, if we get it below 250 grams, we won't need the remote ID module. We won't need the GPS module. We won't need any of that shit. What we're talking about is getting it underneath the requirements so that we won't need remote ID. We won't need. The biggest thing that I think that Gary's trying to get away from is remote ID. Period.
Well, this remote ID, this AVATA is going to be based. It'll be for fun, but this is going to be more of a 107 workhorse for a lot of people. And in 107, if it's under 250 or not, you still have to have remote ID. So to them, they're like, to each their own, but they're going to build it in there either way, even if it was under 250, because, I'm studying. I got my license. I got my 107 exam scheduled. I get it. I get that AVATA. That AVATA is going to be used. You bet your ass is going to be used in different types of one shots or whatever somebody pays me. And
see, that's why I'm saying I wish you could program that little drone. I wish you could put the damn.
You never know.
The keyframes that Skydio 2 and 2 Plus has into, or waypoints like we were talking, into that little drone. And now, can you imagine real estate though? You could do a morning shot, all program shots outside. You could do inside, all programmed in the morning, and you could do another nighttime shot, following the exact same patterns and everything. Yeah. And it would be phenomenal. And it would
that's
be
actually That's actually a really, really good idea.
They say that it's compatible with the DJI virtual flight app, so maybe you can do it in there. Who knows? You never know. With these guys, they give you shit that you would have never thought of. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things they put in drones that you're like, oh crap, I never even thought about this.
Ooh, oh, so Kurt, you're gonna buy tomorrow morning?
A lot of people, this is what
Are you buying tomorrow morning?
Now the question is, should they have done this first or the DJI FPV drone first?
I thought this was first.
They probably should have done this one first.
I think this one actually was designed and put into prototype stage before, but they had issues, and they went ahead and put the other one out because I thought the number for this one was lower than the original FPV. I don't know.
See, in the beginning, everybody was claiming and rumored it was supposed to be an FPV mini, right? Everybody thought it was a mini. Well, it's not a mini. It's over 250 grams. So I think there's ways around it. I don't know. But they probably should have came out with this one first. Now, don't be surprised if DJI builds a carbon fiber.
You missed it earlier when we were looking at this video. We have a debate on whether it's here. I'll do it again. Whether it's an SD card or whether it's a mini HDMI out.
It's got the shape of an HDMI mini.
That's what it looks. Yeah, to me, that's what I think too.
It does.
I'll go.
You got the Type C on one side and the HDMI mini on the other. Now the SD card
going to make me go look at a camera I have that has a mini.
Now it could take an SD card, but imagine if these goggles had internal memory. You won't need an SD card. Now the AVATA has internal memory storage on it, so you don't need an SD card.
That was my question. So is the AVATA going to have the new air unit? It's going to be in there.
That's a good question.
We see it on the side there, right?
That's a good question.
Can you remove it from the AVATA and put it into another machine?
Now, here's the reason I say no. It's because look at the size of the camera that's on that AVATA. You can't put that in an FPV frame. It's too big.
That looks too big.
It's bigger, right? It's bigger than a full size. Yeah.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
3D
that looks
print.
Too big. I don't know. That potentially could be.
I don't know. Now, if you look on the right side, you see the Type C plug.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
The left side, that one's a lot bigger, and it looks shaped to be a mini HDMI. Just my opinion, but now look, stop for a second.
Well, no, at 6 a.m.
See this? Look,
my time.
see the center of the goggles. See the button?
Yeah.
Look above that. It's a little touchpad. They said in the specs there's a touchpad on it for your settings. See the little finger pad above the button?
Yeah.
You're going to use your finger to go through the settings with that little pad. From what I was told, they have a touchpad setting thing. I don't know if that's it, but why else would there be a button and a little pad right there?
Why wouldn't you do the settings through your controller?
I would actually think that that's like something to, like it might change the contrast and the brightness of what's going on in the goggles as you put it on your head. I don't know.
But then if that was the case, you would have to take it off. But see, doesn't that look like a little touchpad to you? A little finger thing?
Something.
I don't know. Why else would it be there?
Up there. I don't know what it is.
It's something for us to ask and answer a million questions and have a million theories
in
about.
The actual DJI specs of these goggles, it does say
there's that. Wait. Shit. I missed
use the touchpad for settings. There is a touchpad. It's just a matter of where.
Bill, can't you open this like up in a video editor where we can frame by frame it?
There's the Type C. That's visible.
Right there's
clear as day. Clear as day.
Yeah. But there's another similar like audio port.
Yeah, that looks the same as the other side.
Well, that usually you have an audio and then
the battery port.
You have audio and then you have. Let me look at my goggles.
Stereo.
What a battery, right? A battery.
Well, it could be two C's, like they put two C ports on that new controller. So
look,
put two C's?
No. One of them is for the battery. That's right. One of them is for the battery cable power. The other one, see how you have two ports here? You got one for the battery and one for audio. See that?
Yep.
That's what that other one is. One of them's for the battery. The other one's an audio jack.
That's why, yeah, because you can see the pin inside.
Yep. That's what it is.
You can see the pin inside.
If you can tell, if you watch the video,
over here, this doesn't.
Show it. They show it. I don't know, man. That'd be kind of cool if that was. It looks.
That looks like a 9mm pin on the top. And
Yep.
it does look like it does look like a micro.
Doesn't
SD,
that look like? I don't
or
know,
micro
man.
HDMI?
Yeah, micro HDMI. That's way too wide to be a Type C or for a SD card. Way too wide.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay, stop share. I'll
Pretty
get back
cool.
to the
We'll
chat.
know when we wake up 12 hours from now.
All the videos are gonna hit.
I won't be. I won't. Oh, he's saying it looks like a USB to him.
Yeah.
But so you're saying there's 2 USB-Cs on it?
Well, you never know because you can do Type C to HDMI. So
Oh yeah. I have units that do that. So
there's a few.
That burns me out. Why would it come with a motion control? I guess it's like we got a shitload of those motion controllers laying around. Let's refit it, call it Motion Controller 2.0, and we'll sell it with the AVATA.
I still think there's a package with the controller. I still think there is.
You would almost think there has to be
because it has manual mode, and you cannot fly manual mode with the motion controller. You can only fly normal and sport. So, does that make sense?
No.
I still think there's a controller package. Maybe
Lauren,
not.
is there a controller package?
Maybe not. You know, maybe it's a la carte, just like with the batteries. The Fly More combo, you can't buy the drone with a Fly More combo. You have to buy the 2 extra batteries separate, which is weird. But they did that with the Mini 3, though.
Yep.
Right? So that's where they're going. They're going to the a la carte type, you know?
yeah. Lauren wanted.
Oh, I don't even have my Facebook open, guys. See, that's something. Thank you for kind of steering this way. I get like not every time that we have a show, but a lot of times during the show, I'll get anywhere from 6 to 10 messengers from people like
usually
really hitting me, wanting to come on the show. Give me a link. Give me a link. Give me a link. Give me a link. Or they'll tell me that day, hey, I'm coming on your show tonight. I'm like, really? You know, and I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. If you want to come on a show, if you got something to say, then get in touch with me and I will schedule you for a future show and you can help me plan your show. Get involved with me and we'll plan it together. But please don't jump on me while we're in the middle of a show and start saying, hey, I want to come on and do, because all that tells me is that you want to come on and speak your point of view and we're all supposed to stop and listen. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I've got NEMO here and I've got Matty here and I really want to hear what they got to say. I value and love everybody here and I'd love to have everybody on the show at some point.
Can I explain something real quick?
Go for it.
There are shows like mine where it's a BS session, nothing to it. Anybody that wants to come on. And then there are shows that have itineraries, have special guests. It's not an open panel. People need to understand that you cannot get on every show.
It just,
it's not the way they work. Not all of them are like that. You know what I mean?
I had somebody basically bless me out on my birthday because I didn't in the middle of the show while I was trying to do the chat, while I was trying to interact with the guests.
Should I do that now? Should I do that now while I'm live?
Start raising hell on me.
Because I never got a fucking invite.
Well, that's what I was trying to say, man. I tried to talk to as many people as I thought wanted to come on because what people know, and it just so happened tonight that I gave Erica a shower this morning, so I don't have to tonight, which is great. So I can actually hang around a little while. But normally I have to get off at around 7 o'clock my time because I have to give her a shower and get her ready for bed. Sometimes I'll fart around, but the whole point is about 7:15, 7:20. If I haven't done what I'm supposed to, I'll hear the steps, right? And then I won't hear anything other than, and I'm like, oh shit.
Guilt. That is the sound of guilt.
So it's like
growing on you.
You should be doing your shit, man. So it's not a matter of that. So, but like I'm saying, I would love to have Lauren on for a whole show with Lauren and the regular panel members to just talk rumors and bullshit one night. Oh, wait a minute. Curtis has something for you, Gary.
My thoughts on this drone. I don't understand why they would release something into a market that is saturated with Cinewhoops. I mean,
real quick,
I
before you answer, think about it in a beginner aspect.
Yeah, that's
GPS
what I'm saying.
flyer.
That's where I'm going.
Wasn't that what we said about the FPV drone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
still
think-
beginner
I got a
drone.
thought on
we,
that.
we ain't took the training wheels off yet.
Here, let Nemo explain, because it's good to come
All right.
from a guy that does freestyle and he's the one that
Yeah.
builds his own stuff, you know.
I'm guessing. I mean, it's for people that. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Here you go.
Okay. All right. Bill muted his mic. It threw me off.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good for, it's targeted at the GPS guys that want to have something, something smaller, something for more of a cinematic type. I mean, I think they're all, any DJI drone is cinematic. But yeah, I think it's
another
gonna,
thrill.
Yeah. I think this is that's the selling point. That's who they're going after. They're not going after FPV guys at all. They're really not.
They didn't do
And-
that with
and-
the original.
You know how
FPV
it's a
drone
dead
either.
giveaway? They're not going after FPV guys.
Yeah.
I'll give you a big clue. The motherfucker got filters for it.
Hey, but wait,
It's got a pack of filters for it, man.
on the other side of that, though, we put filters on our GoPros. So, right?
That's true. But yeah,
So
I think it's gonna. They'll probably sell a ton of them. I'm sure they.
How
will.
long do you, okay, but Gary, seriously, how long do you think it's going to take before somebody 3D prints them out, starts selling it, and the motherfucker's got a GoPro and the camera on them, and they're flying around and going, and they're not going to fly real good with a GoPro on them, too. I don't
A naked GoPro, I'm sure it'll fly just fine now. Maybe.
GoPro
So that's going to
Bone.
make it
A GoPro Bones, a Hero 10
That's going to
Bones.
make it 500, though, isn't it?
Or an Action 2.
Okay, even a naked is like 100 grams, isn't it? How much is a naked?
The Hero 10 naked is, hell, I don't even know.
How much is a naked? How many weigh? How much?
Somebody in,
Weigh one.
I
He's
can
got one
see
he's
people.
weighing.
Somebody
I
in
can
the
see
chat
people
knows.
putting GoPros on this or Hero 10.
I
like
thought he
a
was
naked-
weighing one.
I think naked 10s or action cameras. I think you'll see people put them on
I
there.
think it was between 90 and 100 grams. So you're talking four.
I've got one. I don't know where it's at. I was looking for it.
How much does a naked GoPro weigh, guys?
Oh, here
How
it
much
is.
weigh?
A Hero 10 GoPro Bones weighs 54 grams.
Ooh,
54.
wow.
54 grams. The Hero 10 Bones.
Is that with or without
A
SD?
regular GoPro weighs 154, so it's 100 grams lighter.
Yeah. And
But I
this
can
one
see
you can
people
use.
doing it.
You can use. Yeah. I mean, somebody's gonna do it.
Well,
But
they're
see,
not
I
going to
think-
like the camera. They're going to think, oh, I don't like the way this is. I don't like the way that is. My Hero 10 Bones, I'm used to. I can put my settings that I want. I can do this. I can do that. I can run it through. What's the GoPro software?
Real steady.
Real Steady. Although this drone's, you're supposed to be able to do it. So, I don't know. We'll see.
I think that once they see what this camera really can do that's on this AVATA, then we'll find out. I mean, if it's every bit as good as the GoPro 10, then why do it?
My opinion, I think it's going to be just as good, if not better.
You know.
My opinion.
Well, I mean, if you let's look at everything. I can tell you from my experience, like the Action 2, I love the form factor. Like, to me, that's just like
Yeah, it's perfect for us.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
the color
Little
is
cube.
just
Wait a minute,
color
what
is
did I
just
miss
not the
here?
same on a GoPro.
Right?
It's just it's a different. I mean, it's just different.
Yep.
And I don't know if you're going to get the same from the AVATA that you get from this. I mean, everything's going to be answered tomorrow, hopefully.
Well, for people like me, I like even my GoPro, my footage, I shoot everything in auto. I am not a post editor, color
Yeah.
profile guy at all.
Nor am I.
For me,
I'm
the
Mhm.
AVATA camera will probably suffice plenty. But for the pixel peepers out there, you never know. Like, let's put DJI FPV drone, for example. I think the footage looks great.
Yeah.
Everybody else said it sucks. What am I missing? I'm not a photographer. I'm not a camera guy. I have no clue. You know, so it all depends on who's buying it. You know,
Yeah.
But beginner wise, I see this quad being popular, but I also see it being more popular with guys like Sean Oz that dive mountains. You know, like Jake Sloan, even like Ken, Original Dobo. He does one shots now through his houses. You know, people like that. I think it's going to appeal more to 107
That's
guys.
what Bob was talking about using it for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I think
saying
it's gonna.
that.
I think it's gonna be perfect for that.
You know, I just did a video for a animal shelter, and that would have been so cool to just bring that thing in and run it by all these kitty cats and bring it out, and then bring it by all the dogs. And
the cats wouldn't have gone crazy. My dogs go batshit crazy when a drone's flying by.
But at the point of being expensive, first of all, everything's it almost costs just as much now to build a quad than it does to buy a bind and fly. It really does. And everything's getting expensive, but I feel for $629 and then you take the battery off, $500 for what the features that thing has on it. It's a no-brainer. But
If you don't,
that's going to kill people.
If you don't like to build.
If you don't like to build.
And I would agree with you 100%. I mean, that's like for somebody that doesn't like to build and is into drones, they have the money. Oh God, yeah. I mean,
for somebody that doesn't like, you know, like me, I will build it. I have built it, but I prefer not to. I prefer to fly it. I don't care about building it. I just want to.
Yeah. Think you kind of froze. He's. I love the shot though. Wait, I want a screenshot
there. You got that, and Bill is muted.
Hold on, wait, I'll do it again here.
No, there you go. There you go. See, I hooked up.
Okay, I got it.
All right. Okay, now when he comes back, don't y'all tell him we did that.
We have a hashtag fly not build.
What did I tell you about my internet?
You didn't hear anything about a screenshot, did you?
Nothing. Why? What I look like? Damn it. Send me the picture.
You'll see.
It's gonna be the beginning of the Grease video footage. This guy shot this footage. He was talking about it on this drone show.
All right, apparently you're not the only one that got it. All right, guys, come on now.
Oh, did everybody take that picture?
Apparently they did.
Well,
Matty,
I'm not saying who suggested take the picture, Bob. I mean,
NEMO, I got faith in you, brother. I know you didn't.
It was
I don't give a shit what
he's going, okay, thank you, man.
What was I doing?
Oh, it's just the look on your face.
Hang on, I'm getting it up right now here. Wait.
He's going to share it so you can see. Because you're really intense. You're really intense with your discussion.
Make a meme out of it, Bob, and I will lose your number.
Except when it comes to Vegas.
It'll be on Instagram
funny. There you go.
Let me see.
Bill?
Are you sharing it? Oh, Bill's
You'll
flying.
see it.
Bill said, "Screw it, I'm flying."
How
did my eyes get like that?
That's how you froze.
Dude, I look like a retard. Oh, man, that's not cool.
Bob was like, wait, I need to get a screenshot. Then everybody was like, oh, yeah.
All right, guys, have a good night. I'm out. Good night, guys.
Oh, come on.
He's Gary has to go repair airplanes in the morning. So wait a minute. Okay, we need to finish with you really quick. So what camera we're going to put on it? You told us the motors. We've got the flight controller. Could be anything. We know the frame. So now where's the camera?
Well, you could actually put an air unit in there. Are you talking about the camera on top or the camera
No,
for?
the camera in it, the FPV cam.
Actually, honestly, since I already have it, I would go with walk snail.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which is gonna which unit on walk snails? What, about $160 right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. And with that, you're going to go play with airplanes tomorrow morning, right?
I am.
So
Are
we
you
will.
doing
We
fixed
will.
wing?
Huh?
You're doing a fixed wing aircraft?
No.
I'll tell you what you do. No, he's. What are you talking? What are y'all talking? Do you know Gary's an airplane mechanic? He actually repairs airplane.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh. I didn't,
Do you
I
really?
didn't know what you're talking about, Bob.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he repairs all kinds of different airplanes for companies.
Well, no wonder why you like building stuff.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hell, yeah. No, see now
Yeah,
you
it's
had
in your
you had
blood, deep in your blood. That's what it is.
Nah, man, he don't repair airplanes. We just talk to him on Facebook all day long.
you put me on this show against the guy that fucking builds airplanes for a living. That's not fair.
I've only been doing it for
defending,
28 years.
You know,
Only
DJI.
28 years, yeah.
I have to.
Yes.
Well,
lot of
I
people
think
don't like them, but
Lawrence
they're-
said, didn't Lawrence say something too that he was going to try to build a Cinewhoop that he thought was going to be cheaper? I think he'd mentioned it. Herman? See,
He's
Herman's
actually wanting
here.
to build one now that is he wants a 6 or 7 inch though. He wants a bigger.
Oh, okay. Well, the friend of mine that used to fly like the 10-inch that would shoot the cinematic stuff going down mountains and everything, he switched over to a wing now.
Yeah, those things are pretty cool.
All right, Gary, I appreciate it. I know you got to go turn into a pumpkin and tell Charlie Brown hey. So,
All right, Matty, Bob, Bill.
It was fun,
It was
buddy.
fun. Yeah,
yeah, it was.
definitely
It was really enjoyable. We had a good time.
Yeah.
But I'm not leaving yet. I'm not kicking anybody else off the show.
Well, I am.
All right,
y'all.
peace, man. We'll talk to you
Later,
later,
buddy.
Like I said, if I could sell the Skydio 2, and after about 6 months' time, I would look at it then. More than likely, because I've been interested in it. If I was going to get any kind of a drone right now, it would be like the Autel Lite Plus.
Yeah.
Because of the camera,
Yeah.
you think?
And its abilities. I like the color range, the way that it did. What is it? The red, yellow, green,
yellow,
whatever.
whatever it is. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's a different. And see another thing too. I'm hoping that it changes. I'm hoping that it grows on me. I need to check my settings maybe later here today.
Yeah.
I'm not real fond with the auto color profile out of the Mini 3. You know, I'm just not. I don't know.
For me, but
it just seems too rich to me. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I've got something that's I thought was default that's not default. So I'm like, it seems too rich to me. It's not. I don't know. I'll have to play.
See, that's the way I feel about the RYYB sensor on the Nano and the, like the colors are off. Like to me, natural.
Yeah.
But does the Lite Plus have the RYYB sensor on it?
Yeah.
The colors profile?
Every human being sees color different. I mean,
yeah.
And we all relate to what's green. We all call it green, and
it's all subjective.
But we all may see something different.
Yeah, it's all subjective.
Kind of
Like you get people that say, "Oh, I don't like this drone. That drone's better than that drone because of the color. Or that drone's better than that drone." Well, to each his own. You may like it better, but I might like it better than something else, and it's a subjective topic. It really is.
I flew all in automatic with no ND filters on that Mini 3 through all of Europe. And so when I got back, I just started trying ND filters on it. So, I'm going to see something different here, kind of thing. So I'm interested in, I'm only starting with a 32 and leaving it. I mean, we have bright enough days here I'm sure it probably could put a 64 on, but.
Yeah. See me, I don't even use filter. I use a CPL filter to keep the shine because I fly over water a lot, but I shoot an auto most of the time. Filters, I don't know. I just never used them. People use them to different ways, but for me, I don't know. Just the way, it's just personal preference.
When I had my Phantom, when I had my Phantom 4, I used a polarized filter 90% of the time. I didn't use ND filters. So I don't know. To me, a polarized filter gives you more true to life views, and the edges are not so rough, I guess you would say. There's more clarity to it because it takes that hue off of it. Because, you know, if you sharpen it too much, it kind of gets that halo on it.
The glow. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then you get banding up in the sky, and everybody's like, oh, wow, you pushed that a little too far, didn't you? And I'm like, yep, the influence of seeing Jerry as many times as I did.
Yes. Yes. These young guys don't know what that means, but that's okay. I sure do. Jerry Garcia.
Hey, how you doing? Your daughter came out and waved behind you.
But she does. She has a tendency to do that.
Yeah. Well, the thing, like, okay, here we go. Since we're at this point of the show, I'll go Squirrel. I'm going to tell a story. My very first Grateful Dead show was at the Norfolk, Virginia Coliseum, this huge round Coliseum. And there was kind of like a moat in a way going around it, right? Okay. And I'm in the parking lot with my friend. Like I said, first Dead show I'd ever actually been to in my life. Okay. Well, we're trying to make some money and do some stuff and everything. And so we decided we're going to set up a Coleman stove and we're going to sell grilled cheeses to make extra money. Okay. And then somebody came by and said, hey, man, I got some extra ham. If I'll trade you my ham if you'll give me a grilled cheese sandwich. So, you know, that was what was going on. So the next thing I know, Chuck says, hey, dude, I'm going to go sell these grilled cheeses and see what I can find in the parking lot. Wink, wink. So he's walking around.
Probably traded all those.
I'm flipping grilled cheeses, and at this point, it's already been half an hour, and I'm getting pissed because I've been working my ass off selling grilled cheeses because there's still a line, and I've run out like 4 loaves of bread, 6 packs of cheese. Now, I got a pocket full of money, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, hey, I want to go spend it now. I'm done feeding people. So I can hear the nitrous tank about 2 cars down, just the whole time. And I'm thinking, man, I want a balloon. Man, I want a balloon. So anyway, I'm sitting there and Chuck shows up all at once, right? And I'm talking, I'm in mid-sentence. I'm going, okay, I'll, you know, because somebody's bartering with me because that's the way Dead shows work. Dude was trying to hook me up with 2 T-shirts and a falafel, and he wanted 4 grilled cheeses. And I was like, I don't want the falafel. I've been eating grilled cheeses. I'm stuffed. I don't want no more food. And he just wouldn't come off anything else. He was like, well, all I'm going to offer you is 2 T-shirts and a falafel. And I was like, well, you're not getting my grilled cheeses. Bye. And he just kept on and kept on. It was one of them things. And I was in mid-sentence, and he comes by, and he goes, and he just taps his finger on my tongue. Right as I opened my mouth, I had no clue. He didn't tell me nothing. And then I stopped, and I looked, and I looked in the mirror, and there was 3 full tabs of, get this, hour-old dipped blotter that they did right there on the lot.
Wow.
And I was, Bob, within 15 minutes, I was peaking, and I had never tripped before in my life.
Oh, my God.
I was terrified. I was like, oh, my God. Oh,
These are LSD experiences.
Yeah. I was
Matty.
like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. So here it is. It's finally time to go in, and I'm thinking, I'm going to be okay if I can get inside and sit down. So I get inside, and I really don't want to be around any people. So I walk way up in the top of the Coliseum. Well, the rafters in the top of the Coliseum, to me at this point in time, because I was tripping balls, looked like a giant spider web. And I kept thinking that there was a spider going to come out of that spider web and get me. And then finally, there was people sitting probably about 10 seats down from me. And they saw me, and I was just dripping sweat, right? At this point in time, I had no clue what I had taken other than the fact that I knew it was acid. Next thing I know, these people come down, they start talking to me, and they said, dude, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, wow. Yeah, man, my friend gave me this acid, and I'm really having a hard time. And they go, really, what did it look like? I said, it didn't have anything on it. It was just white. And they go, oh, we heard about that. That was dipped in the lot this morning. And then I was like, I don't know. And so anyway, they went and bought me a quart Coca-Cola. And so I'm just sitting over there like this going, oh, thank God I'll live. I'm going to live. I'm going to live. Thank you for the Coca-Cola. I'm going to live. You know, I'm just drinking the hell out of that Coca-Cola. And then finally the Grateful Dead came on. And I had chilled out and had calmed down. And I could see my friend Chuck because we had these cat in the hat hats. And I could see him wandering around in the crowd. So I knew where he was. I was like, cool, I know where he's at. I just got to make it back to the car after the show. I got my drink. These people were cool to me. Then, then they came over and kind of pulled me into them. And then the Dead came on. And I swear to you, it looked like someone was using a neon glow spray paint can. And the colors were just like going, and then they would linger. This big orange streak would go across, and then a purple streak would come through that. And it looked like the stage was down in this cave. Yes. So everything was coming up out of this cave. And I was like, oh, wow, man, I understand why people like this. But, I only did it probably about, a few times. And anyway.
Well, all of those images were inside your head. You are bringing those out of your past memories.
It was awesome, man.
You were opening cells that have nothing to do with what you were looking at.
Well, it was just that one time. Every time since then, I had not had the same experience. It was just kind of like I was really, really stunned. Huh. Oh, wait.
I wish I was like that.
I called that Thursday. But yeah, it was just one of them squirrel moments that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look, this is next season's. Bob's already said he wants one, but this one I got a deal from Sticker Mule. It was only $9 for him to print me a proof, but it came out really good. Look at this.
That looks good.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I said I want one.
Or at least I think it came out really good. I thought it was good. I fell asleep.
Like
what?
You
fell asleep and woke up at Woodstock. I don't think I was alive. I don't think I was alive yet.
There was another festival with almost the same groups in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, right after the New York Woodstock, and I went to that one, and that was an amazing time. Life-changing time at that time, but it was mostly the same acts. Yeah,
I love going to see the Dead because it didn't matter because everybody put on like their hippie clothes. I mean, I can remember partying with. Let's see, where was I? What state was I in? It was in Ohio, and the next thing I know, I'm sitting here. People are just dancing. They're doing trucking, right? Because it's a travel day. They're doing trucking. We're all jamming. Next thing I know, pass the joint. Here you go, pass this over, dude. And then my buddy who's with me just pokes me in the ribs, and I was like, "What, dude? I'm jamming." He's like, "Dude, do you realize who that was?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, he keeps elbowing me in the ribs. And I was like, "Dude, what?" He goes, "That was an Ohio State Supreme Court justice that you just passed that joint to." And I said, "Well, they hit it. What are you talking about, man?"
I'm so upset I was too young. I was so upset I was too young for Woodstock.
Oh,
I was too young, but like I went to see the Grateful Dead right when they were, rolling and right before Jerry died. And so you're talking 50, 60, 70, 90, 120,000 people at one show. So, and I mean, I loved it. To me, it was like, I love being in the middle of that crowd.
One year I sat behind 5 generations of women. They had an infant there.
Oh, wow.
There was 5 generations of women sitting directly behind me, because the typical Grateful Dead show, Matty, there's no assigned seats.
Yeah.
There's no, there's ground floor, balcony, anywhere in between. You go where you want to go.
Down there they have amphitheaters that are like that where you sit wherever the hell you want. Like I've been to rock concerts.
Yeah.
Not Woodstock. I see Metallica or people like Disturbed or stuff like that. Godsmack, but I've never been to the youngin. Too young for this shit.
The other thing with the Grateful Dead was they would reserve a section in front of the soundboard for people who wanted to come and record the show in its entirety. There was no copyright infringements. There was no nothing like that involved.
And there was only one way to get Taper tickets. You had to get in the mail order lottery.
Yes. Yeah. You know, and
I love getting my tickets straight from the dead. They were so cool.
Yeah. And then you know, to this day, nearly every single show is recorded and archived and rated by the quality of the recording on archive.org right now. You can literally go to any Grateful Dead show that ever was played and get the entire recording of that show and listen to it anytime you want. That was their...
This is why I like hanging out with you old bastards, because I hear such good stories.
That was their philosophy, is that the music doesn't belong to them. You know, it belongs to the audience.
Was that the Wall of Sound concert he's talking about?
Well, I saw Wall of Sound in '72 in Champaign, Illinois. Yeah.
Okay, I thought the show that you were talking about in '69, right after Woodstock, was that because they stole? Where was it? They stole the gear and then put on a free show. Where was it? Which one was it? I thought it was.
I no,
Max.
Those brain cells don't work. Remember that?
Does anybody? Because I was trying to remember what my buddy.
I don't know if we have.
He was talking about a minute ago. He was saying he has drones. Where was he? Said a minute ago. Anyway, he said, "I have drones and I'm high all the time." I actually have a T-shirt, right? It's got a picture of a 3DR Solo on it that says "I love to get high" on it.
That's another thing I never got into was the 3DR Solo. Never.
Yeah,
I almost did, and it was because when I really got to hanging out with Dan Drone Worship, that was what he was using, and that was what he was flying. And I almost bought one, but then I broke down and I bought DJI, and then he's like, why, you know, and that's this. Ever since then, he just, yeah, exactly. I mean, people
are the best, in my opinion. I hate to say it, I might be a DJI fanboy, but I buy what works. What works the best?
Well, I mean, for people like me and you, if you're going to spend that kind of money, you got to spend money on one that's not going to tear up in a month and a half. And
I don't want to have to fix it.
Well, not just either that or say, honey, my drone's tore up. It's going to cost me $150 to send it in, and then I don't know how much to repair it. She's going to be like, well, you just spent $2,000 on it. Now you're going to spend more money to get it fixed. It's, you know, I'm just like, it's not worth the bullshit. I would rather have one that works. And if I do something stupid with it, I'll just lose it and be like, oh, well, I'm not buying another one, promise. At least not for 6 months.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
You know, just like Walk Snails is supposed to be looking good, and it does look good, but all my shit's DJI already. I've got 7 quads of DJI. Why am I going to change? That would just be dumb.
Are they all have the same camera and controller unit?
Not all the same camera, but they all have the same unit. Like I have a 7-inch that has the Vista unit, and I got all the way down to a little 75mm Whoop that has the...
Man, okay. Did you see what Osita put up just 10 hours ago?
Which one?
So apparently the Mavic 3 SE is going to be just the Hasselblad lens, and it's only going to be $1,299.
I see them coming out with an enterprise version first, but that's just me. I don't know.
Oh no, I believe that, but he's talking about the Mavic 3 SE being, you know, just the Hasselblad, no
you think there will be one
lens. And now he's saying that the potential Mavic Air 3 is going to have a 1-inch wide angle lens with a 5x telescope camera. So I guess it's going to have a dual lens deal.
Probably variable aperture, all that good stuff. What else could you do to the Air 2S, right? I mean, how much?
Yeah, I mean, but
omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, maybe.
Yeah,
it's
gonna get expensive, boys.
$1,750. What do you think?
Everything's expensive now.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, sure.
Why not spend the money on something you enjoy doing, flying?
Okay, we're gonna play Kids at Heart. My favorite cartoon as a kid was the Pink Panther.
Dun-dun, dun-dun. Dun-dun.
The original Pink Panther that only spoke in like 2 episodes, not the one that spoke later on. Well, okay. Oh, and something else, Matty. You posted the picture of the Chevelle that Trans Am World made. Did you see the Firebird Trans Am that they did a couple of days before?
Yep.
I was just like, man. And I'm just like, I know they're concept cars, but I'm like, please start making some of these.
Oh, goodness.
Please start. And the Chevelle was badass, man.
I would donate every organ in my body for that damn car.
I'd stop flying drones.
Oh, in a heartbeat. I don't know if anybody saw it, but the 2023 Chevelle concept.
Huh.
Oh, my
goodness. I haven't seen it.
Oh, my goodness.
Hang on. I'm going to try to find the. Go ahead. Keep talking about it.
You're going to have to pull that up.
Bringing it up, Bill?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's unreal.
Oh, let's get video. Let's do video. Let's see if we got video. Ah, there we go. Ooh, 11 minutes. No way. Come on. Seriously? Really? Oh, no. Now they're saying it's confirmed. 1,500 horsepower confirmed. Nuh-uh.
Is it?
1,500.
You know what else they came out with was an all-electric freaking Dodge Charger.
I wonder how. Okay, am I going to get busted just for showing his shit? Probably.
You might be. You might. Yeah.
Let me see. I don't care. It's not going to be that big a deal. Let me throw it over here so I can max it out.
Is this the Chevelle one?
Yeah.
That's my all-time favorite car. I would do anything to own one. I don't even need the engine. Just give me the body. I'll build the engine. I can build it. I can build the quad or build the car.
Look at that, man.
Oh my God. The ass on the car is even nicer.
All right, everyone. Matt needs a few minutes to smoke a cigarette. He's talking about
that is nice.
They made it new, but they kept like that old school look to it at the same time. Like
trying to see if there's something down in here.
Oh,
there's a whole video of how they built it. Apparently, I'm trying to see if there's. No,
I didn't see this video.
Yeah, hang on. I will link this. Let me get down here and do it.
I'll see. Where did the one? Where did I don't even remember what I posted.
Well, I can go back and look.
Is this and this is 1,500 horsepower?
Yeah.
This little convertible.
It's a beauty.
I'm trying to find. Oh, you wanted to see the ass end, so I can pull this up for you. Oh, it's like a slideshow. Cool. That'll work. So I can pull this. We'll do that. That'll work even better. Yeah. Okay, we got a slideshow coming.
Yeah.
You should pull the video up that I posted. That one gives it a nice unveil.
Well, I was trying to do not get in trouble.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't mind.
True.
But yeah, I can do this and give everybody because there's the front. But yeah, the video where the roof folds up and goes in.
Look at that.
And it still looks like a Chevelle.
It still looks like one. New but old.
Oh, wow. Look at that stick.
Sick.
70 SS.
Is that a Hearst shifter?
I have no idea.
But
it
looks like one.
It does look
looks
like
one.
That. There you go.
Bingo.
Man,
it's my favorite car.
So
and now, if that actually came to life,
oh
my goodness. Look at that monster. Look at that monster.
Oh, my God.
Monster. Huh.
I don't think this will even go the speed limit, will it? You know?
Pass everything. Oh,
see, now I didn't see it in a different color.
Oh,
I did not see it in a different color. Look how nasty that looks. Oh, my goodness. Oh. There it is in black, which is my favorite color, black with white rally stripes. Yep. That's so sick.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so
I learned to drive on a manual. Warren, prick. He's just being a smart ass.
I did too, you know.
I learned on a farm tractor.
Yeah.
I learned in a 1989 Ford F-150 single cab, the one that had the high beams on the floor that you kick the button with your foot.
Yeah, the dimmer switch.
That's
how pretty much on every car back in the day.
How it worked.
Yeah, that's how I learned.
That's how it worked.
I learned on that truck.
But I learned on a farm tractor and in a Jeep and low range.
I hate to tell you how I learned. I learned on a brand new 69 yellow Camaro, Hearst 4-speed 327.
Oh, here we go. I got one. I got one.
Bought it brand new. I paid my dad payments for it. My dad wrote the check for it. $2,900.
What was your year? What year was it?
69 convertible
Yeah.
Camaro.
Mine
Oh
was,
327.
mine was an 86 IROC Camaro Z28 T-top, cherry red, 16 years old.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna play the audio, so we can talk with it. But here's the.
Is that
unveil.
how
Here's the unveil.
YouTube's gonna nail you?
This is the unveil one. This is just so sick.
I'm hoping that I don't get hit, but you probably somebody will bitch and say something.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh,
it's just so, and that color is like I've never seen that color.
Green and gold.
It's got the gold accent rims on it and everything. Unreal. Look at the
it
size
looks to
of the
me like
caliber.
it's actually wider than the original.
Yeah, it looks like it does look wider. It's got a wider body on it. On the at least on the
Cool
tubs.
exhaust.
But look at the meat on those tires, man. I love that part. I love the roof folded up and disappeared.
Auto roof. It's just modern, but it's old. It's just
yeah.
Oof.
Not a lot of trunk space, but who cares?
Hey,
yeah, exactly.
This is a car to drive on the open road.
Did you see the Trans Am on next to it? I saw that.
Yeah, hang on. Yes, I just put it up. I just hang on.
Yep.
We'll go back and see it.
Popped up. I saw that.
I will definitely get popped now, but oh well. Watch this. Let's see. Rough Cut Productions. Yeah, figures. They make all the cool remake stuff.
Yeah, I just wish they would put it into production, man.
Oh, now my friend had that exact car, the gold like that.
Yeah.
His parents bought it for him.
Firebird.
He come pick me up and take me to school in it.
Yeah, see, my Camaro was red, but it had all the gold accents. It had the gold rims or bronze, whatever you want to call them.
Oh wow, look at that.
Kind of looks like a Camaro in a way. Kind
of.
But
well, a Firebird was a Camaro. Or a Pontiac, anyway.
Yep. She's a beaut. It's amazing how they do these.
Oh, so it's got that big motor in it too.
Yeah. Hey, see flames come out of the exhaust.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that's the classic right there. So we're gonna have the other one come around the same corner. Oh,
look at those lights! Look at the LEDs on the freaking parking. Yeah. Oh my goodness! Oh man,
my Jeep has that.
Oh, look at that!
Man. Wow! Oh wait, look, promo code's available.
Hey, I bet you could probably order one. Wonder how much it would
I'd
cost
hate to think what it costs.
Oh look, a drone flying in the sky! I saw that.
I think it was a bird because this. Oh,
was it?
A dolphin!
A dolphin.
Very cool. Stop the share. That was awesome. That was awesome. Well, let's see.
I might print that Chevelle, that 2023 Chevelle, and print it out and put it on my wall or something. That's probably one of the nicest cars I've ever seen.
Oh, it's super nice.
Must be nice.
Ooh, everybody's just kind of in that zone. They're like,
hey, what's up, Bill? Metro Drones.
We've talked it out. Hey,
there you go.
I'm excited.
Howdy.
I'm excited for the AVATA release and especially to anybody that buys it.
I am too.
It's gonna be fun.
I think it's gonna be fun watching new videos, different videos.
But see, that's the thing. Unless you buy it tomorrow and start putting up videos, you're not going to get hardly any hits off of it. That's what sucks.
That's the Franklin Mint 69 yellow convertible with
gracious.
That's what I had when I was 18 years old. That's where I learned to drive stick.
There was a friend of mine that had that, but his was an automatic. Had almost that. I think it was a 66, 64. Anyway, it was a convertible. I don't know for sure what year. But we had this place in Marion, Virginia called Roller Coaster Hill. And what we would do, we would go to the stop sign and you would romp on it, right? And if you hit it right, you know how you would get that, whoa, going down the other side? Well, his car had so much horsepower, we wouldn't go the whoa. We would go, holy shit, we're airborne. you know. And then I still remember being in the back of Kevin Prater's car, holding on to Carl Schaefer's legs because he was sitting up on the back deck going, I got this. And Robert E was sitting next to me and I was sitting right here. And we both grabbed his legs because he flew out of the car. He literally flew out of the car. And we grabbed his legs and pulled him back down. We all did crazy shit as kids. And here's something, you'll talk about something funny, right? So I'm at my doctor's office the other day for my checkup. She says, you're doing good with your cholesterol. You're doing good. You know, keep up the pills. Doing good. You know, lost some weight. Great. Okay. And then we get talking. And, you know, and I got towards the end of the whole appointment. And I said, you know what? So we start talking about life and death, right? Which is, of course, I guess one of the weird things you talk about your doctor too. And we both came up with a theory that this is not the end. That this is just like our pupa stage, kind of like a butterfly. And that when we die, we're going to become something else. And I was about ready to walk out the door. And I looked at her and I said, did you ever notice how we never have these thoughts until we're a lot older and a long life?
I'm having them now, and I'm only 38. I'm having those.
Like, we don't want to check out yet. There's something else out there. I just know there is.
Death scares the shit out of me.
Here's my thought. I pray to God, you know, that that reincarnation, as a Buddhist, I'm saying this, as reincarnation is real, and I want to come back as my dog.
Well, I'd rather come back as Bob Dempsey, to be honest with you. That's just my
the thing about it is okay, in Buddhism, is it, are you conscious of having a previous life? I mean, like inside the body, can you actually talk to the other individual? Do you have, are you aware
of those thoughts all the time?
It's everybody. There probably is very few little children who when they first started to talk, don't say, when I was big. I mean, it happens, you know, a lot. And, you know, when I see, you know, a 8-year-old guitar player playing Stevie Ray Vaughan as good as Stevie Ray Vaughan can play, I understand this is not that kid's first time playing the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Bob, did you see this?
I got to see it, yes, tomorrow. So after the show, please check your old farts with drone email. I will, Chuck. Thanks.
Okay. Who here thinks Susan Lee is awesome? Me.
I do.
I'll go first. Me. Yeah, she supports all the shows. That's awesome.
She's always there, and she's got good things to say.
Bill, do you mind if I post her her GoFundMe link in the chat?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Okay. I'm cool with that.
Paul Brown, Wedge and Big, and me started a GoFundMe for her, trying to get her transportation, preferably a wheelchair van. She's kind of inaccessible. She can't move around very much, and she's a huge contributor to so many people. You know, have you ever seen her Facebook page? Her Facebook page is nothing but everybody else's videos on YouTube. She posts them. That's all she does. And she deserves it. So we have a GoFundMe account for her. I will post the link.
Put it up there. I'll put something on there.
Yes. And if you cannot donate, please just share the link. That would be nice. Much appreciated.
Yeah, for sure. Put it up there. I didn't know about any of that. That's perfectly cool. To share that. Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know, anybody knows we have an adult family home up here in Washington State. They're fairly good about helping with things like that and taking people places. We have like ride share programs, and they have all kinds of ambulance companies that'll come pick people up and transport them where they need to go. I don't know what state she's in for sure.
She lives in Maine.
Oh, well, Maine. I don't know how it works up there.
I'm not sure either. I'm not sure. I know she has her sons help her, try to help her with things. She's struggling, and we wanted to help her. So
no, I totally understand.
Does she fly drones, Matty?
She does. Her son has a Mini 2, I believe it is.
Hey, I got an what she needs to make some Susan Lee merch.
That would be cool.
that might help get some extra revenue too.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
getting more women signing up in Old Farts with Drones
That's good to
lately
see.
than I ever have in the past.
That's really good to see.
And I have to tell you, I'm congratulating them when they see them join, because I'm saying, you're the kind of woman I really want to know, because you'll join a group called Old Farts. I mean, that's
awesome to see. It's good to see women in general. Even my wife, she hasn't been much of a flyer, but she walked up to me a couple weeks ago and said, I want you to buy me a GPS drone. I want to learn. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had Audrey out. I walk my neighborhood every morning at 6 a.m. And lately I've been walking it with a neighbor. She's 80 years old. She flew my Mini 2 weeks ago for about an hour. She loved it. I mean, it's,
awesome.
there's, I don't know why drones aren't in the female population as much as they are in male.
They're more mature than we are.
I'm gonna tell y'all a quick short story.
Seriously, Old Farts is 97% men and 3% women. I mean, it's drastically bizarre, out of proportion.
I got to tell y'all a super quick short story that's funny. My wife looks at me even more so recently and says, baby, I miss flying a drone. And you know what I say? Okay. She knows if she wants to. She knows if she really wants to fly one. I'll let her fly.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yep.
But it's like if I actually said, "Baby, come on, let's go fly a drone," she's like, "Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's always something, right? It's always something. Hey, you want to go to the park and fly with me? No, because you'll fly and I'll just end up watching.
Why don't you call one of your friends? I don't feel like going. By the way, on your way out and coming home, could you bring me some creamer?
Yep.
My last journey was, we went out to a canyon that's about 45 minutes out of Las Vegas. That's just beautiful, and she didn't want to go because there wasn't enough bathrooms there.
Did you all see the joke that I made in Herman and Lawrence's stream earlier? They were talking about WD-40, right? And they said,
I missed that one.
They said WD-40 is not a lubricant. And I type in chat, oh my God, WD-40 is not a lubricant. I've got to tell my wife I'm sorry.
Oops.
I just found out what WD even means.
So everybody starts going, Bill, you sick bastard. Bill, how could you say that? Bill, what are you doing? And to which I type in, my wife had squeaky cabinet doors, and I sprayed WD-40 on them, and she said, they're still squeaking. And I said, but WD-40 is lubricant.
Hey.
And everybody went, oh.
Barkley said that was him. That was me, Bill. 107 drones. That's funny. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny then.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I got some great stuff though, and I took a newbie out to the to this lime kill, or this it was Lovell Canyon. If anybody's interested, if you look at the map of Las Vegas area, you go outside towards Pahrump, and we're almost in these mountains about 7,000 feet up. We're in pine trees and little tiny dirt roads, and that's where we went. And I took a brand new drone. Guy who just bought a Mini SE, who's a friend of mine, and he flew in his driveway. Was his first flight, but then I took him to like this magnificent, gorgeous canyon, and he had a ball. He had, he was nervous at first, but he wound up doing really good.
I just really quickly say, Leonard Oglesby, thank you very much, bro. He knows why.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. He donated to the GoFundMe. That was really kind.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Leonard.
Matty, right there. I got it.
I check. I keep track of the GoFundMe account for Susan a lot. I keep track of it just to keep, and then I usually say thank you to whoever does. That's cool.
I'm still
good.
waiting.
Cool.
I want to see Uncle Bill wearing it because he won the T-shirt from the 200 show.
Oh, yeah, he did.
It fits
He had
me.
it on.
I
He had
haven't
it
seen.
on.
I haven't.
Sunday night for his show, I believe it was. He had it on. Yeah.
Oh, I think I was already in bed. The thing about it is that damn sticker on the back, that decal on the back, is so, I don't know, fragile. Like usually I wash it inside out and I'll do it like on a delicate cycle. And then I let it drip dry. It's freaking crazy because the first time I washed it, and this was one before this, it destroyed the decal. And I showed them and they sent me another one. But I think I'm going to try to see if I can't get this one done by Teespring and see if I can sell because it's going to be the season 7 logo. Well, we've been on for quite a while now.
Yep.
So I figured we're at that point of the show where I will go around the room and everybody can say what's coming up. Bob can give us an update on the grease footage and how close he is to releasing a video or what else. Matty, you can tell us if you got any FPV videos, and I'll say ahead of time that I don't know for sure what the hell we're going to do next week. Probably talking about the AVATA after release and the multiple wrecks that are on YouTube in video form.
Right. You'll see.
And other things. So I will go to Matty first.
Well, thank you for having me on, Bill. It was an absolute pleasure. I had fun. Nemo's a cool cat. You guys all are. Nothing really much going on the channel. I just do my show every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. So tune in and hopefully we get some FPV videos up soon. As soon as I can get a repairable or fixed GoPro, I'll be good to go.
And
thank you, buddy.
All right. You too, Bob.
Well, Susan, I just dropped $20 on you there. And, let's help get this vehicle going. Anyway, I have to thank everybody. The grease footage, I'm going to have time coming up here. But fortunately I got a lot of business happened when I got back, and people were actually waiting for me to get back to give me some jobs. So my graphic art business,
They just forced you. Twisted
I
your
know,
arm.
I know.
They said, "Here, take our money."
I will get to it. Believe me, I will get to it. And it was such an exciting time, and the ability to drag around this drone and easily pop it up wherever looked wonderful was just a thrill. And the trip was for my wife's birthday and her kind of celebrating overcoming some cancer problem here. And but I have to tell you, it was the best trip I've had in a long, long time. So Thank you all. You'll see it soon.
Wait a minute. I hit the button again. There we go. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Matt?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing that video. That was really, I like that footage that you got. That was very impressive.
It was hard to take anything bad there. Yeah.
It was all
I wanted to tell everyone, thank you very much for being here. We'll come up with something crazy and creative for next week. I'm sure something drone related. Maybe we'll do, we need to really do I would like to do a crazy community film. Like we could use drone footage and have people, we need to create a storyline. We could create a story and then we could have different people, record different footage, and then we'd send it all in. It'd be it would be one section where we call it some space battle. And I could be like, all right, I'm going to leave for the planet Goofalon, That
would be
and
cool.
then you see me doing this, and then I'll take a drone flight and I'll say, all right, I'm in the air now, and I'll fly off. And then the next person will be like, okay, here we are on planet Goofalon, and we're receiving you, Bill. You're coming into land. And then they would film their portion of it. And then each person would bring along the story. And then we just blot it all together and have a community-based drone
I
film
know in the chat here, we have some screenwriters in the chat, I'm sure. Let's get somebody started on that.
I just thought it would be a cool idea. So everybody could film and do their own. Because I know Curtis Dart loves doing stuff like that.
Oh,
he tried at one time to get something like that together. So I know that if we could, but We'll have to see, but I think it would be really cool if we could all do something like that.
That would
And
be
with that being said, I love having everybody here. Please come back and join us next week and every other Wednesday after that. Live long and prosper. We will see you next week.